Welcome to Everything Carp Fishing. I'm back down on my mid-Kent lakes. I'm trying to catch a carp. Last time I had a few tench, but hopefully I'll catch this time. So let's go. Well, I'm back at mid-Kent. It's only been a week since I came down here last. The night temperatures have improved slightly, so hoping that this session will be better than the last. Last time I had a few tench. Hoping to get a carp this time. I have got a change of tactics, so I'm hoping it'll make a difference this time. I've come back to the same swim as I did last time as well, because I felt that there could have been an opportunity to get a carp last time and I had those tench, so I've slightly altered it just so I can try and pick out the carp. I decided to do what I did last time, put 3 rods up against the snags, one on one tree, one sort of in the middle, and then one next to another tree that sort of collapsed in the lake. And it's just a big snag. It's basically made up of a couple of trees, but there's like a big tree that's collapsed, and I think there's a tree behind it, and then the other one is another tree that's collapsed. So there's a gap in between as well. So basically, I've just one in the middle, one on one, and one on the other. I want to move those rigs about. I don't want them to be in one area. I'm trying to figure out where the best area is really for the carp. Last time I had the tench in roughly those areas as well, so it is an area that I can catch carp in. I've slightly altered things, so hopefully this time I can catch something. I decided to keep 2 on the Ronnie rigs. I've put both on white pop-ups. They're the same pop-ups of the bottom baits that I've got. On the other rod I've actually got a naked chod rig, same pop-up, but I've also put a little bit of a pop-up on top of it, a yellow one. I've shaved down to look like a plastic corn, because I wanted that fleck on top of it. That's what I used to do a lot. I used to fish that a lot on the naked chod rig with white bait with a plastic corn on top of it. I can't use plastics here, so I've decided just to chop down a little bit of a pop-up. It did make it a bit more buoyant, but I figured it out, and it's absolutely fine now. I've made sure that all of them are slow sinking because I want them out to nest on top of this weed that's out there. There's a lot of grassweed out in front of this swim, and I wanted my baits just to nestle down. Last time I was fishing with bottom baits, and this time I've decided to fish with pop-ups, so at least they can find themselves on top of a bit of weed or in that clearing if it does land in a clearing. I've tried to make them land in a bit more of a cleaner area, but it doesn't really matter too much because at least I put pop-ups on this time, and hopefully it'll nestle down on that weed. The bottom baits are the same as the pop-ups, but what I've done is I've soaked them overnight in a bit of water. I just wanted to bring out the flavour and soften them a little bit. A bit more interesting than just putting them out as straight from the bag. It also makes them a little bit washed out as well, so it matches the hook baits a little bit more, because there's a slight tone in the bottom baits than there is on the pop-ups, but that's about it. So hopefully those tactics work, and hopefully I'll catch my first carp from here. Let's see. Well, it's a couple of hours until it gets dark. I haven't had anything so far. Carp wise, I had a tench. Last time I had tench, and I thought that if I come off those particles which I was fishing last time, I might avoid them a little bit, but no, not really. They're picking up boilies, so well, it's something at the moment. Hopefully the next one is a carp. Well, at the moment I'm just sitting back in the bivvy. The rain's sort of coming down in little patches at the moment. Nothing like heavy or anything, but yeah, I just thought I'd sit in here and see what happens. Really, I mean, I had that tench. I got over excited about that. Thought it was a carp. Oh well. Hopefully I'll get a bite tonight or maybe tomorrow morning. Been speaking to a few people, and they've said that they've had bites in the morning, so you know, I think morning's probably the best bet really at the moment, or maybe a couple of hours before it gets dark. You never know. Well, finally get another bite, and it's a tench again. I cannot believe this. I keep getting tench in this swim. I don't think there's any carp in it. I'm sure there is, but I'm sure there is carp in here, but all I keep getting is tench. Right, lovely tench. I'm going to get him back, and hopefully the next bite is definitely a carp. It's got to be. Well, after you saw me with that tench, once I slipped it back, I recast the rod, and about an hour later the rod went again, and it was another tench. And yeah, I was really happy about that. And then I recast the rod, and then about 11 o'clock last night I had to take again, and it was another tench. So pretty good at tench fishing. Not sure about the carp fishing, you know. I don't know how I'm going to avoid them. Don't matter what you fish with, they seem to pick them up, whatever bait you're using. Doesn't matter too much. I mean, I've had a few bites. It's not carp, but maybe this morning I might get a carp. I just don't know. Well, I've had nothing so far this morning. I'm sure there'll be an opportunity later. I've got a bit bored, so I decided to do a little run through of how I make a cup of tea on the bank. So let's go. I first take my cup and I put in this strainer that I've got for using loose tea. I put 2 teaspoons of loose tea in there. What I do next is I put the hot water in, and then I let it brew for a little while, and then pull it out, put the milk in, give it a little stir. An amazing brew you can have. Loose tea is amazing on the bank. Tea bags are boring. Loose tea is where the carpiness is. That's where you're going to catch the carp. Or really good when you blank, then you can be really happy having a nice brew. Yep, I need that after not catching a carp so far. Probably end up with a blank, but doesn't matter, I've got a lovely cup of tea. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Thank you for watching my little tea on the bank brewing session thing. Yeah. I'm sure I will get a carp this morning. It looks really good. The sun is coming out sort of. It's a bit cloudy this morning as well. I'm not entirely sure what's going on, if it's going to be sunny or cloudy this morning. It was pretty cold last night. It went extremely cold like it has been recently. A little bit cold. Oh. No. Well, can you believe this? I was just doing my amazing brewing time, thinking that I was going to blank, and I've got a lovely 16 pound and 4 ounce lovely Mid-Kent mirror. Yes, awesome. What a lovely, stunning looking carp. Small one, but I'm sure there's bigger ones to come. I'm going to be doing much more sessions. I'm going to be doing a lot more sessions. I'm going to be doing a lot more sessions down here, so hopefully there'll be bigger ones to come. Yes. Wow, what a good start. Alright, it's getting back. Yes, yes, and yes. Oh, what an amazing looking carp. That was actually caught on the Ronnie rig with the single pop-up, which is exactly the same as the bottom baits. They're both Cool Candy, and basically the pop-ups and the bottom baits are the same, but the pop-ups seem to be a little bit more white than the bottom baits, so that's why I soaked them as to make them a bit more pow, and also to just try and bring out those flavours, and clearly it's worked. I've had like 4 tench and I've had a carp, so definitely getting on those baits. I'm going to continue with them into the next session, and also might get another bite on this session as well, let's see, but if not I'll come back again and try that again, and hopefully I'll catch then, because that is the bait that I think I'm going to stick with now. Once I've caught once, there's no point changing, might as well stick to the same bait. and I might move around a few swims though. I might try and get somewhere else. If not, then I will come back here next time. I reckon it's definitely a higher spot at the moment to get in a bite. The person was actually leaving when I turned up. He was fishing the swim next door and he had a carp in the morning in that swim, so it's looking good on this sort of section of the lake. So yeah, looking promising. Hopefully that helped me catch more carp from here. I've caught one this time, I could catch another one, and also I've got my bait and I've got my area at the moment, so hopefully I can keep catching carp from here. Didn't manage to catch another carp. I managed to catch another tench though, which I thought was carp until it got out of the weed and then realised it was a tench. Yeah, got another tench. Looks like you have to catch a lot of tench to finally catch that king carp. What can you do? Hopefully next time I catch another stunning carp and maybe a bigger one. Next week I'll be fishing at my syndicate water, so I'm excited about that, to try and get back down there to try and get a nice carp out of there as well. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.